How to hug like a pro. Make her think about you all day long. Stoicism. Modern stoicism. To love and be loved is to feel the sun from both sides. Ete Zrenia David Weiscott. There's a quiet magic in a hug, a moment when words fall short and the embrace speaks volumes. A hug isn't just physical contact. It's an unspoken language, a bridge between two souls willing to connect beyond surface-level exchange. It's a conversation without sound, spoken not through lips, but through the heart, the body, and the energy you project. Yet, many men, despite good intentions, miss these subtle signals, failing to grasp what a hug truly means. In doing so, they let precious moments of connection slip away in the noise of modern life. But what if you could change that? What if you mastered the art of hugging so well that every time you hold her, she carries that feeling with her long after you part? What if your embrace could communicate far more than affection, making her feel seen, valued, and deeply understood in just a few seconds? The secret isn't in force or desperation. It's not about trying too hard or coming off too eager. It's about mastering your emotions, being fully present, and tuning into the subtle language a hug offers. Because a hug, that simple act, can open the door to something far deeper. When you understand the psychology behind it, you transform how you connect with women, forging bonds that go beyond mere attraction. Attraction isn't just about what you say, it's about how you make her feel. The way you hold her, physically and emotionally, can say more than words ever will. In the realm of connection, learning to hug like a pro is the first step to making her think about you all day long. Remember, touch is humanity's first language. Before we spoke, we communicated through the warmth of a parent's arms, the safety of a loved one's hold. A hug is never just physical, it's a transfer of energy. Every detail matters. The warmth you bring, the pressure you apply, how long you linger, the way your body aligns with hers, and how you respond to her touch. These small things map the emotional landscape of your connection. A hug is an art, one that can make her feel truly seen, cherished, and loved. And that is the kind of embrace that stays with her long after you've let go. A hug, seemingly simple, when given with full awareness, can speak 1,000 emotions without a single word. Think back to the last time you were hugged. Was it gentle or firm, soft and lingering, or quick and distracted? Did it make you feel safe, understood, truly seen? Or did it feel rushed, mechanical, distant? The way someone hugs you reveals everything about how they feel, and the same holds true when you hug a woman. Touch is subtle but powerful. Its effect lingers long after the moment has passed. Women notice these details far more than you might realize. When she wraps her arms around you, she's not just saying, "I like you," or "I'm glad to see you." She's saying, "I want to feel close to you." What really matters is how you respond. Your hug in return sets the tone. It shows if you're emotionally present, confident, grounded, or if you're pulling away. Each response tells a story about who you are and what you're willing to offer. If you've ever felt awkward or disconnected during a hug, you know the invisible gap that can exist even when bodies are close. But if you've ever shared a truly deep, genuine embrace, you know that warmth, that safety, that moment where two hearts briefly become one. Not all hugs are created equal. There are subtle but powerful differences in how women hug, and understanding those nuances is the key to mastering your response. The casual hug. Don't mistake a casual, light hug for indifference or a lack of interest. It's her way of showing warmth and comfort without romantic intent. When a woman offers you a friendly pat or a quick embrace, resist the urge to pull away or misread it as a signal to back off. This simple gesture is a platonic expression. Nothing more, nothing less. But your reaction is what transforms the moment into something far more meaningful. Instead of stepping back immediately, hold the hug just a beat longer than expected. Stay present, calm, and grounded. That extra second you linger isn't about rushing intimacy. It's about creating space for a deeper connection to form naturally. The power lies not in forcing closeness, but in patiently nurturing the bond, letting it grow in its own time. As the Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This is modern Stoicism in practice, embracing the moment with steady composure, not resisting, but using it as a stepping stone to something greater. In real life, it's easy to misunderstand these brief touches as insignificant, but every interaction carries weight if you're willing to recognize it. You must remember that emotional connection isn't built by grand gestures alone. It's in the subtleties, the quiet persistence, the way you show up fully even in small moments. That casual hug is your chance to make her think about you long after you part. Hold on to it, not physically in a way that feels forced, but emotionally. Let your presence speak volumes. When you do this, you shift the dynamic from mere acquaintanceship to something charged with potential. You demonstrate confidence and emotional intelligence without saying a word. You show her that you're a man who understands the power of patience and authenticity, qualities far more magnetic than any flashy display. Don't rush it. Don't overthink it. Instead, own the moment with clarity and strength. You have the ability to turn a friendly hug into a lingering memory, to become the man who stays in her mind throughout her day. This is not about manipulation or tricks. It's about presence, awareness, and respect. Every small action you take reflects the kind of person you are and the kind of relationship you want to build. As Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." Be prepared by mastering the art of calm, deliberate connection. Take that casual hug and make it the foundation on which you build something real. I invite you now, share your own experiences with moments that seemed small but ended up meaning so much more. How did you turn a simple gesture into lasting impact? Your stories matter, and by sharing them, you help all of us grow in understanding and strength. Comment below and let's start a conversation about how to hug like a pro, how to make her think about you all day long through presence, patience, and the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. The comfortable hug. The comfortable hug is not just a physical gesture, it is a deliberate, meaningful act that carries a depth far beyond the surface. This hug is substantial, lingering longer than a quick hello or goodbye. The arms that wrap around you are firm, intentional, conveying a sense of security and familiarity. When a woman offers you this kind of embrace, she is signaling more than just friendliness. She's revealing a space of comfort and trust she's willing to share with you. However, understand this clearly. This comfort does not necessarily mean romantic attraction has bloomed. It means she feels safe, at ease, and relaxed around you, but she's still holding back the full surrender of her emotions. This hug is a threshold, a place where connection can deepen or remain comfortably distant. Don't make the mistake many men do by pulling away too soon, anxious to move on, or interpret the gesture too quickly. Instead, hold the hug just a second longer than expected. This small act of patience is your opportunity to read her unspoken signals. Pay attention to her reaction. Does her face soften into a genuine smile? Does she stay close, subtly returning your embrace, or even tighten her hold? These quiet cues are invaluable. They reveal whether she is simply comfortable or if the door to something deeper is nudging open. In this moment, your awareness and sensitivity become your greatest tools. Equally important is how you present yourself during this embrace. Mirroring her body language is not about mimicry. It's a sophisticated form of communication that speaks volumes about your emotional presence. Maintain calm, steady eye contact without staring. This shows confidence and respect. Keep your posture relaxed but assured. Don't rush to move away or fidget. Be fully present. This is the essence of modern Stoicism applied to relationships. A calm, composed state that draws people in, not through overwhelming energy, but through steady, quiet strength. When you embody this presence, you are telling her you are not just physically there, but emotionally available, ready to connect beyond the surface. In today's world, where attention is fragmented and interactions often feel rushed or shallow, mastering the art of a meaningful hug can set you apart. It's a skill that requires patience, awareness, and emotional intelligence. Remember, this is not about overwhelming someone with grand romantic gestures or words that fade by the next morning. It's about creating a lasting impression through subtlety, through a simple, powerful touch that lingers in her mind long after you part. This is the real strength of the comfortable hug. It is an invitation to intimacy wrapped in the language of respect and trust. As a man navigating relationships, you must internalize this lesson. Emotional connection is built in moments like these, where presence and patience intersect. Don't rush to fill silence or to define what this hug means. Let it exist fully as it is, and watch how it transforms the dynamic between you. Your restraint will speak louder than impatience ever could. This is the paradox of Stoicism. Strength is shown not by force, but by control, by the ability to stay grounded and present when emotions swirl around you. So, when you find yourself in this embrace, seize the opportunity with quiet confidence. Hold her close just a little longer. Look into her eyes with calm assurance. Let your body language tell her you are steady, reliable, and emotionally available. You're not just hugging, you are communicating stability, respect, and genuine care. This is how you make her think about you all day long. Not with flashy moves or empty promises, but with the profound power of presence and connection. This is how you hug like a pro, by mastering the balance of strength and tenderness, of patience and emotional intelligence. This is your edge in the modern world, where true connection is rare and deeply sought after. Embrace it fully, and watch how the simple act of a comfortable hug can become your most powerful tool. The lingering hug. Never underestimate the power of a lingering hug. It's a silent declaration, a profound signal that transcends mere physical touch and speaks directly to the heart. A hug that lasts just a moment longer than expected is not accidental. It's intentional, loaded with meaning. It says, I trust you, and more importantly, I want to connect with you on a deeper level. When a woman relaxes her body in your arms, when you feel the warmth that flows naturally between you, it's an unspoken invitation to deepen the bond. This is the moment where most men falter. They pull away too soon, breaking the fragile thread of intimacy before it has a chance to grow. Do not be that man. You must resist the urge to rush. Instead, mirror her energy. If she holds you longer, respond in kind. A gentle touch on her back, a subtle squeeze, these small but powerful gestures amplify the connection and lay the groundwork for emotional intimacy that lasts. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor and philosopher, taught us that the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing, emphasizing control, strength, and deliberate action. Applying this to the art of the hug, you see that mastery is not in rushing or desperation, but in patient, deliberate presence. In today's fast-paced world, where instant gratification and fleeting interactions dominate, a lingering hug becomes a revolutionary act. It commands attention, it disrupts the noise, and it creates a sacred space where two souls meet without words. This is modern stoicism in action, mastering your emotions, commanding your presence, and allowing moments to breathe, even when everything else around you rushes by. Think about it. How often do we truly savor connection? How often do we let ourselves be vulnerable and present? The lingering hug is your tool to break through emotional barriers. It's your way to make her think about you all day, not because of grand gestures or empty promises, but because of a genuine, undeniable moment of closeness that lingers long after you part. This is the power of presence, the power to imprint yourself in her memory, to be the calm in her chaos, the steady force she can count on. In the modern man's life, where distractions are endless and attention spans short, mastering this art is more than a skill, it's a strategy. It signals strength wrapped in sensitivity, authority tempered with tenderness. It's the balance every man must achieve to command respect and desire simultaneously. Don't let this moment slip. Don't let hesitation rob you of connection. You must seize it, own it, and make it unmistakably yours. If you want to elevate your presence, if you want her thoughts to orbit around you all day, start here, with the lingering hug. It's not just a physical act. It's a statement that you are a man who controls his emotions, who understands the power of stillness, who refuses to let meaningful moments slip away. Be that man. Be the man who holds on just long enough to make a memory. Be the man who knows that true connection comes not from words, but from presence, from touch, from shared silence. Remember, as Seneca said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. In the hug, you live this truth. You hold her, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And in that hold, you transform an ordinary moment into a lifetime imprint. Now take this wisdom and act on it. Don't wait, don't hesitate. Master the art of the lingering hug and watch how it changes everything. Your confidence, your relationships, your life. Comment below with, "I am the man who commands connection," and share this message to empower other men ready to take control of their presence. Like, subscribe and commit to becoming the master of moments. Your time is now. Own it. The intimate hug. The intimate hug is the ultimate form of connection between a man and a woman, a moment charged with emotion, trust, and undeniable attraction that goes far beyond the physical act. When she leans fully into you, pressing her body against yours, resting her head softly on your shoulder or neck, she is doing more than just sharing space. She is inviting you into a sacred place of vulnerability, signaling that she feels safe, deeply connected, and emotionally drawn to you. This is not a casual or fleeting gesture. It is a profound declaration of trust and desire. You must understand the gravity of this moment and respond with intention and presence. Don't pull away or hesitate. Instead, lean in with unwavering confidence and warmth. Let your body speak calm assurance. Let your presence be a silent yet powerful message that you are there, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Here, the potential awkwardness or fear of emotional exposure is not a barrier. It is your gateway to deeper intimacy. Embrace it. When she holds you tighter or tilts her head closer, she is not simply seeking comfort. She is signaling readiness to explore a deeper emotional connection. This subtle shift is a powerful invitation, one that requires you to be courageous and emotionally available. Many men shy away from this, mistaking vulnerability for weakness. But true strength lies in stepping into vulnerability without fear, in being fully present and open. This is where modern Stoicism becomes your greatest ally. Stoicism teaches us to accept what we cannot control and focus on how we respond. You cannot control her feelings or actions, but you can control your reaction, your choice to be steady, present, and emotionally open. In this embrace, your calm confidence and emotional availability become a beacon of trust and safety. Such an embrace is not quickly forgotten. It lingers long after you part ways, etched in her memory as a moment of profound connection. It makes her think about you throughout the day, stirring emotions that go beyond attraction, emotions rooted in feeling truly seen, valued, and safe. These are the moments that transform relationships from surface-level encounters into meaningful bonds. Don't underestimate the power of the intimate hug. It is an unspoken promise that you are a man capable of deep connection, someone who values emotional intimacy as much as physical closeness. In everyday life, this means cultivating awareness, patience, and courage in your interactions. Don't rush or force intimacy. Instead, nurture it with genuine presence and respect. Be the man who listens not just to words, but to unspoken feelings. Meet softness with strength, uncertainty with calm assurance. Hug not to fill silence, but to create space. Space where vulnerability can thrive and trust can grow. Remember, Epictetus's wisdom. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your embrace is your reaction to her openness. Make it deliberate, powerful, and sincere. This is more than technique. It is a way of being. To hug like a pro is to embody emotional availability, to master the art of presence and connection. It requires courage, patience, and a willingness to be seen without armor. It demands that you hold space for her vulnerability while standing firm in your own strength. When you do this, you become unforgettable. You make her think about you all day long, not just because of the hug itself, but because of the trust and emotional safety you create in that moment. Now, I invite you to reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever shared such a moment of intimate connection? How did it change your relationship? Share your stories and thoughts in the comments below. Your insight might inspire others to step into this powerful space of vulnerability and strength, mastering the art of the intimate hug and deepening their connections in ways they never imagined possible. Mastering the art of a hug demands more than physical instinct. It requires emotional awareness, the rare ability to read the unspoken language between two souls in that brief, charged moment. A hug is never just about the arms encircling. It's a silent conversation, a transmission of feelings that often speak louder than words. You must learn to sense what she's conveying, not just the comfort or affection, but the deeper currents beneath, her emotional state, her vulnerability, her desire for connection. This is not a game of muscle or timing alone. It's about presence, about attuning yourself to the subtle signals that reveal what she needs from you right then and there. Women, despite society's tendency to simplify or stereotype their emotional depth, are remarkably intuitive. They notice the smallest details, the way your hand rests, the intensity of your embrace, the breath you take between the silence, and these nuances tell her whether she's safe, valued, and understood. If you miss these cues, you lose the opportunity to build a profound connection that could shape your relationship's course. Every moment of a hug, from the initial touch to the final release, carries meaning. The firmness or gentleness of your hold, the rhythm of your breathing mingling with hers, the warmth you offer without a single word, these are the building blocks of emotional intimacy. In these quiet, seemingly simple gestures, you communicate trust, care, and presence. The hug becomes a language without words, where emotional bonds are either forged or fractured. As the philosopher Epictetus advised, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. In the context of a hug, this means you must consciously choose to be fully present and intentional. You must become the man who knows his emotions and uses them with quiet strength. A hug, mastered, is a powerful tool, not just for attraction, but for emotional growth and connection that transcends the ordinary. It is your chance to make her feel seen, truly heard, and deeply appreciated. It's the difference between a fleeting touch and a moment that lingers in her heart long after you part ways. As Maya Angelou so wisely said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. This is the essence of hugging like a pro, the ability to imprint your presence on her emotions, to become unforgettable in the way you connect. Do not make the mistake of rushing this intimacy. Too often, men treat hugs like checkboxes, mechanical gestures that signal greeting or farewell. That is where most fail to grasp the power hidden in that embrace. Instead, slow down. Feel her energy. Meet her where she is emotionally. Let your hug be a conversation that listens as much as it speaks. The Stoic man does not flee from vulnerability. He leans into it with calm and confidence. He understands that emotional awareness is not a weakness but a profound strength. Through every hug, you practice the discipline of presence, a cornerstone of modern Stoicism, where you master your emotions and use them to cultivate meaningful relationships. In your everyday life, take this lesson seriously. When you hug, do so with intent. Don't just wrap your arms around her, hold space for her emotions. Let your body language convey your respect and care. Pay attention to the subtle signs she gives you. Does she lean in or pull away slightly? Does her breath deepen, or does she hesitate? Your response in that moment tells her whether you are attuned to her world or lost in your own. This sensitivity builds trust, and trust is the foundation of all lasting relationships. You must realize that a perfect hug is an act of leadership in emotional connection. It commands attention not by force, but by genuine presence. It is an invitation to deeper understanding and a silent promise of emotional safety. Do not underestimate the ripple effect of such moments. They shape memories, deepen bonds, and elevate everyday interactions into something extraordinary. The ancient Stoics taught us to live with purpose and clarity. Apply that wisdom here. Be the man who doesn't just hug, but who embodies presence, strength, and empathy all at once. Now, I challenge you. Next time you embrace someone, do it with full awareness. Notice the shift in energy, feel the silent dialogue unfolding, and then share your experience, your successes, your failures, your revelations in the comments below. Let's start a conversation that helps men like you transform a simple hug into a profound tool for connection and growth. Because mastering this art is not just about how you hold her, it's about how you hold yourself in every moment of life. Now that you grasp the subtle language behind different types of hugs, it's time to elevate your understanding beyond the physical act and step into the realm of emotional intelligence, the true secret to hugging like a pro and making her think about you all day long. A hug is not merely a gesture. It's a powerful exchange of energy, a silent conversation that resonates far deeper than skin contact. Don't settle for being just physically present. You must command your emotions with precision, harnessing them to fuel the connection. If you enter a hug distracted, anxious, or unsure, that tension will seep through, unmistakably felt. But when you stand grounded, confident, fully aware of your emotional state, that energy becomes magnetic and transformative. This is where the ancient wisdom of Stoicism blends with modern understanding. Master yourself first, then master the moment. Emotional clarity is your weapon. Be alert to her body language, her subtle signals, the unspoken messages carried by the tightness of her hold or the warmth in her breath. These cues reveal her vulnerability and readiness to connect, and you must respond with the same openness and presence. Don't hide behind past fears or insecurities. Acknowledge them, but don't let them control you. This is your arena, your moment to be fully in your skin, powerful yet tender. The quality of the connection you forge through your embrace reflects your emotional state, clear, confident, present. The more you tune into your feelings without judgment, the more you refine your emotional radar. Recognize when you're retreating or closing off, and instead, choose to stay engaged, fully alive in the now. This isn't about suppressing emotions or forcing yourself to feel something artificial. It's about mastering emotional awareness, understanding your inner landscape so deeply that you can navigate it with calm and clarity. When you achieve this, every hug becomes an invitation to intimacy, a moment where time slows and your presence imprints on her mind long after you part. In today's fast-paced world, where genuine connection is rare and distraction rampant, this mastery is your edge. It separates the ordinary from the unforgettable. So don't just hug, command the moment. Be the man who holds space for both himself and her, who communicates volumes without words, who embraces with a heart as steady as a stoic warrior and a soul as inviting as a quiet refuge. That's how you become unforgettable. That's how you make her think about you all day long. Now listen carefully. This is your blueprint for mastery in connection, for wielding vulnerability not as a weakness but as your greatest weapon in love and life. Vulnerability, the word that men shy away from like it's poison, especially when it comes to dating and relationships. But here's the hard truth. Without it, you're locked in a shallow game, a surface-level existence with no real intimacy, no emotional depth. A hug, particularly an intimate one, is not just a gesture, it's a bold act of surrender. You expose your personal space, you open your body, but more importantly, you open your soul. Real emotional vulnerability means standing in that moment without hiding behind your armor of confidence or stoic strength. It means showing her that you're unafraid to drop the facade, to let her in, to be raw and real. When you do this, you don't just hug, you invite her to be herself too. You say, "It's safe here. I'm present. I'm with you." That is the birthplace of emotional intimacy. And intimacy is the furnace that forges attraction stronger, deeper, lasting longer than fleeting physical desire. Remember what Brené Brown said, "Vulnerability sounds like truth and feels like courage." It's not weakness, it's the ultimate power move. It takes strength to risk your heart, to share your inner world. When you embrace vulnerability in your hug, you break the mold of typical encounters. You create a moment that etches itself in her mind, a hug so genuine, so tender, it echoes throughout her day, haunting her thoughts with warmth and longing. This isn't some casual brush of bodies. This is a deliberate act of connection that makes her feel seen, valued, unforgettable. So how do you wield this power? It's all about intention. A hug without intention is hollow. A hug with intention is a message, a statement, a silent communication loaded with warmth, safety, trust, and desire. When you step into her presence, be fully there. No distractions, no hesitation. Your hug must carry the energy that you want her to remember. Do you want her to feel safe, cherished, desired? Then deliver that with every inch of your embrace, the pressure, the warmth, the calm certainty of your presence. You are not just hugging her body, you are embracing her soul. Imagine a modern Stoic, grounded in his strength, but fearless in his vulnerability. This is not about losing control, it's about mastering control. The control to reveal yourself honestly, the control to hold space for someone else's truth. The ancient Stoics taught us, man conquers the world by conquering himself. Here, conquering yourself means conquering the fear of being vulnerable. It means embracing that raw, unfiltered human experience as your path to deeper connection and attraction. This is your call to action. Don't shy away from vulnerability, own it. Be the man who hugs not to pass time, but to make time stand still. Make her think about you all day long, because your hug wasn't just a touch. It was an experience, a declaration. Make her wonder how it felt to be held by a man who's not afraid to be real, to be present, to be powerful in his softness. This is your edge, your advantage in a world full of distractions and half-hearted connections. This is how you dominate your relationships with emotional intelligence and raw authenticity. If you want to be remembered, to be desired, to be the man who commands respect and affection effortlessly, start here, with vulnerability wrapped in intention. Practice it, perfect it, own it, and watch how your relationships transform from ordinary to extraordinary. Now don't just absorb this, take action. Like this message if you're ready to step into your power. Comment below with your own story of a vulnerable moment that changed your connection. Subscribe to master the art of emotional intimacy like a pro. This is your path to becoming not just a man, but a legend in her heart. One of the most powerful lessons in mastering the art of a truly unforgettable hug lies not just in the embrace itself, but in knowing precisely when and how to let go. The moment you release your hold is where the emotional weight of the hug either cements a deep connection or dissolves into awkwardness. Too abrupt a release signals impatience, as if you're eager to escape the shared intimacy, leaving her feeling dismissed and undervalued. Conversely, holding on too long breeds discomfort, breaking the delicate balance of closeness and respect. You must tune into her subtle signals. Does she linger, inviting the moment to stretch? Or does she subtly withdraw? Is her gaze locked with yours, a silent invitation to stay? Or does she avert her eyes, gently signalling that the time has come? These nuanced cues reveal the rhythm of your interaction and guide you toward the perfect exit from the embrace. Remember, the true art of letting go is about managing emotional tension with grace, leaving her fulfilled, yet craving more, never overwhelming, but always memorable. This balance transforms a simple hug into an experience that lingers in her mind, a moment so complete it opens space for deeper connection. It demands emotional intelligence, a keen presence, and the courage to read the unspoken language between you. As Seneca wisely said, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Embrace this courage in your moments of vulnerability, allowing your hug to be not just a gesture, but a silent conversation that speaks volumes. So do not rush away or cling too tightly. Be the man who holds with intention and releases with respect, commanding the space between you with quiet confidence. This is modern Stoicism in motion, controlling your impulses, respecting boundaries, and making every interaction count. Now, I challenge you to reflect. How do you approach the art of the hug? Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below, because true mastery begins with awareness and honest dialogue. Hugging isn't about flawless technique. It's about being fully present, showing up emotionally, and embracing vulnerability without hesitation. When you hug with genuine intention and confidence, you create an energy that goes beyond the physical touch. That connection lingers in her heart, making her think about you long after you've gone. Mastering the hug means becoming a man who is emotionally available and grounded, someone who builds trust and deep intimacy through presence. Modern Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in balancing control with openness. Be strong, yet vulnerable, steady, yet alive. In today's distracted world, a meaningful hug breaks through noise, showing her she is truly seen and valued. Don't settle for fleeting contact. Be the man who leaves a lasting impression, whose hugs speak louder than words and make her feel unforgettable. That is how you make her think about you all day long. Conclusion. If these words have touched a part of you deeper than mere speech can reach, then don't let this connection slip away. Your insights, your doubts, your stories, they hold immense power. So speak up in the comments below. Share this message with someone who might be standing at the threshold of their own awakening, unsure but ready to step forward. If what we explore here resonates with your own quest for growth and understanding, subscribing is more than a click. It's a commitment to journey together through the challenges and triumphs of modern Stoicism and emotional mastery. As Rumi once said, the wound is the place where the light enters you. Thank you not just for watching, but for truly listening, for allowing these ideas to enter your inner world. Until we meet again, keep turning inward, because the deepest strength always comes from within.